This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your 5-minute BG24 News Break, where we get you up to date on the news stories that affect you most. We start with community news tonight. The man who started a fire at a Perrysburg mosque last year is headed to jail. 52-year-old Randolph Lynn was sentenced to 20 years in prison yesterday. Lynn pleaded guilty in December to federal hate crimes and gun charges. In September, Lynn set a prayer room on fire at the Islamic Center of Greater Toledo. He was in possession of a handgun at the time. During his plea yesterday, Lynn admitted to being drunk when he decided to set the building on fire. In campus news tonight, BGSU is reviewing plans to make a dramatic change to their aviation studies program. The school is considering contracting with a private firm for flight training. Instructors and students in the program say school officials began considering this shift without them knowing. That's when they sent a letter to the dean of the College of Technology. The dean responded by saying that there will be plans for an open meeting to discuss the proposed changes. But students tell BG24 News that he canceled that meeting today. They will be releasing a press release soon. The school plans to make a decision within the next 2 weeks. And BGSU's theater and film department is putting on perhaps the most controversial musical of the last decade. The school's performance of Spring Awakening officially opens at BGSU's Wolf Center tomorrow. The Tony Award-winning musical focuses on youth issues, teenage angst, and human sexuality. Tickets are $10 and are available through the department's website. There's a preview of the performance tonight at 8 p.m. And speaking of spring, let's see if we're going to have any spring weather. Let's go over to Lacey Hagan. Lacey?
Thanks, Jonathan. It looks like we've definitely had our first taste of spring weather, as we did have a tornado outbreak in the south today. Unfortunately for Bowling Green, we just have a few clouds out there, and our temperature is about 51 degrees, and we have a northeasterly breeze of 16 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, we're going to get up to 49 degrees. We're going to have the chance for isolated thunderstorms, and we have the chance of about 30%. So that will be increasing as we go into tomorrow's forecast as we reach 80 degrees. We will have scattered storms around, and we'll have a sunrise at about 6:50 a.m. and winds coming out of the south at 22 degrees, which will be bringing us that warm air. And for tomorrow night's forecast, we will get down to 58. So that's the high that we saw today. That will be the low for tomorrow night's forecast. That is going to keep that humidity around for those thunderstorms. And as we go into to look at our national precipitation, you can see that low pressure that brought those tornadoes is coming up through the northern area, and it'll make its way to Bowling Green Thursday, and it looks like Indiana and Illinois will be experiencing more of the severe weather threat, but we will definitely have thunderstorms. Can't rule out that chance for severe weather. And as we take a look out at our regional precipitation, you can see we do have precipitation occurring to the north of us. Hasn't got here yet. That'll be overnight and into tomorrow. For our temperatures, we have a temperature of about 49 degrees, and above us is all in the mid-50s, but the big story is this south of us. In southern Ohio, they have temperatures around 60 degrees, and even warmer, we go down to about 68. And for our 5-day forecast, Thursday we'll get up to 80 degrees, and Friday we will be down to 56. So that's a huge temperature difference that those storms bring in, that cold front with them, and we'll keep that around through the weekend as we only reach highs in the lower 50s, but thankfully Monday we'll have a little bit of sun and break 60. So, I mean, I guess these storms do bring in the cool weather, but at least it gets warmer for Monday.
Excellent. Yeah, tomorrow looks very warm, and I guess with the warm comes the rain.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
We have to do it. So thank you so much, Lacey. I appreciate it. All right, well, some national news right now. Moments ago, the Senate shot down a gun control bill, or an amendment, I'm sorry, that would have expanded background checks on gun purchases. The Senate voted 54 to 46, falling 6 votes short. This is a sharp blow to President Barack Obama's efforts to curb gun violence after the Newtown school massacre. The National Rifle Association is celebrating the failure of the bill. The NRA felt the bill was misguided. The bill would have been one of the biggest changes in U.S. gun laws in nearly 20 years. And the FBI is likely working overtime this week in response to several threats across the nation. We're following breaking news right now out of Boston. We have more questions and answers tonight about who was behind the marathon bombing on Monday afternoon. Authorities are giving conflicting reports if a suspect is in custody or not, but we can tell you that a Boston federal courthouse was evacuated amid a bomb threat. The explosions left 3 dead and almost 200 injured on Monday. And the FBI is also at work in Washington tonight. President Barack Obama and GOP Senator Roger Wicker both received similar letters containing a deadly poison called ricin. The FBI says both letters are related. The sender wrote, To see a wrong and not expose it is to become a silent partner to its continuance, followed by, quote, "I am KC and I approve this message." The letters were postmarked out of Memphis, Tennessee, but agents are still working to find out who exactly sent them. There is no connection between the letters and the bombing in Boston. Now that's it for your BG24 News Break. Thanks for watching.